No, Lester, it was a special occasion. You want... No, that's part of your shtick. They don't hear you. Yes, I know the comments were glowing over your rich timbre and enunciation of the words that I wrote. But I'm sorry. Okay. We're doing the intro, and I gotta come over there. Pull it together, man. Come on. It's Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk episode 58. Lester, you gotta be ready. These guys are ready.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
Friends, welcome. You will notice that I'm wearing a different shirt, and the usual shirt is hanging up behind me. As I point to it now, should we do the particulars? Let's. Kurt Cobain, rest in peace, my friend. Good coffee is always free. We're gonna flip it down. You know, downstairs is John Riddell, living legend. Over here we have the honorable robe for the AmCan Connection, the single greatest tag team walking the earth today. Are you sick of this friendship yet? Followed by the king of YouTube crown that stays there and will once again go on my cranium when I get bored of the top hat. My tag team partner, did I tell you who that was? Jason Nupp over at the pen is taped as not to play with it. Going into this week, the champion defending the title that's over there is, of course, the Swedish Chef. And lastly, but not leastly, the Honorary Academy Award for all-around greatness given to me by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences. There was some saliva there, Lester. No, Lester, they can't hear you. We covered that. It's back to this, okay? They can't. That's the shtick. Guys, welcome. It's episode 58. Did I not mention that in the intro? I believe I did, okay? We have the quote and we have the beverages. What would you like first? I'll listen. You want the beverages first. First, let me tell you what time it is, guys. I know you love knowing when I'm filming this dog and pony show. Lester, we haven't used that one. Did you put it up? I don't know. Dog and Pony Show. It is 11:20 in the PM on a Sunday, March 29th. I, of course, have the caffeinated, extra large McDonald's coffee, still with the label on saying that I want 2 milk added to it. The commemorative tumbler from our friend and yours, Dr. Zeus, and of course, Lester, they know, I have to remind you almost weekly, I need silence on the opening and silence on the ceremonial first sip. Not bad. There is no residuals from last week, so it's gonna be a clean pour, Lester. While we pour, let's talk about the fact that I'm wearing this shirt. This is Dear Santa, I Got Framed. I'll let everyone think about it for a moment. Some people don't get it right away, but as the wheels turn and as the hour, what's the line from Days of Our Lives? Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I've already forgotten what that has to do with it. What does that have to do with the price of bacon? What was I, Lester, do I have to stop or will I get the thought? Yes, as the fizz goes down, the wheels will turn and you will understand what this shirt means. But of course, Lester, I am disregarding the fact that all the friends are in fact geniuses. Because they recognize the comedic stylings of one Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
and they also recognize the quintessential peak that I take dramatic comedy to. Pack a lunch, it's a long journey. Wow. Wow. Woo! Possible ice cream headache. The word is cold, and that's what that was. A lot colder when you've been chugging the extra large magical elixir. The quote. You guys are waiting for it. It's a short one, and it's from episode 36. I'm using the green wipe away marker because all my other wipe away markers I use for the poker tournament to let them know what they're gonna win, and a lot of them have gone bone dry. So why not use the color green that really gets picked up by my iPhone 8, and it's gonna look even better once I put it back there. I'm getting to it, Lester. Read along, guys. Gazzo has lips. This man doesn't. That's from episode 36, and it was said by myself. I'm gonna put it up and then I'll explain it. Hold on tight. That's right, we're not wearing the women's jeans, guys. We're back to the, what I call spants. I don't know if that's a correct term. They're not shorts and they're not pants. They're spants. We covered it before, we're not gonna get into it. Let's get into that though. That was from episode 36, like I mentioned. Back when I misrepresented Michael Wayne as Gazzo from Rocky. Okay, Joe Spinell. And Pig Boss he was getting on me. He was hammering me for that. But I corrected myself, and I needed to let you know that I do know who played Gazzo, and I do know that that wasn't Gazzo. Because Michael Wayne has no lips like Dave Thomas. Excuse me, Lester, doesn't have lips. And in the bit, I put up Dave Thomas's face again, which I'm probably gonna do here. It's probably still sitting there, okay? So that's where that comes from. Gazzo has lips, Michael Wayne doesn't, either does Dave Thomas. You guys remember the joke? And it's landed. Lester, the joke landed. We're filming the second thing, and this is already pressing on my cranium, and beneath that lurks the brain that must be protected. Friends, I believe it's about time to start the show. Tripped over a little bit, Lester. I'm sweating. I'd like to take this hat off. So let's start the show. What do you say, champ? No, they still can't hear you, Lester. Just give it up.
From the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 260 pounds, Terry Funk.
Friends, I've already mentioned the McDonald's extra large coffee. But have I mentioned the apple pie? I don't think so. You guys remember what these used to be? Remember, they were a very crusty, you can tell it was in the deep fryer, shell. Now it's more of a, it still goes in the deep fryer, but it's more of a pastry. A lot. Professionalism, Lester, I know. It's a lot softer. I prefer the crunch of the, you guys know what I'm talking about. We're talking like 87, back in the day. The crunch and the absolute intense searing heat of the contents of the McDonald's apple pie. Almost, Lester. Now that they've watched me eat that first bite of the apple pie, it's time for me to let them know. It's time for 5 cassettes and 5, I'm spitting it up now, Lester. It's time for 5 cassettes and 5 Davids. Let's take a gander at what I pulled from the pile. I can't stop myself from saying pile, Lester. I have to. Power karate. Hunks with hats. Tai Chi for arthritis. Stretching to the classics. We're not stopping, we're just going right for it. From the makers of Delta Force 1 and Delta Force 2, a new generation of action-adventure excitement, Delta Force 3. And you want to know who's in it? Cassavetes. Douglas, Norris, Penn, Ryan. Wow. Nick Cassavetes, Michael Douglas, Chuck Norris, and Sean Penn? No. Nick Cassavetes, Eric Douglas, Michael Douglas's brother, Mike Norris, Chuck Norris's son, and Matthew Penn. No relation to Sean. I looked it up on the IMDb. And some guy named John Ryan. Younger and tougher because they have to be. Delta Force 3. A nightmare comes true. A terrorist fanatic plants an atomic bomb in an American city and holds the nation hostage. The president has only one card to play, the Delta Force. Their mission, get the terrorist and get the bomb. Tension and action coil ever tighter in this blistering, blockbusting successor to Delta Force 1 and 2. Featuring the sons of Hollywood's biggest screen heroes, a new generation of commando faces awesome odds at home and abroad. 2 Russians, including a beautiful female intelligence officer, join the team, and the world can only pray for the outcome. The clock ticks ruthlessly as madmen grasp for power. Delta Force 3 is everything you have come to expect from the greatest action-adventure series ever. And who put out Delta Force 3? Oh, let's just zoom in on a little Canon Video. I don't have to tell the friends, Lester. They know all about Canon Video. Tracy Lords in Laser Moon. A beautiful cop, a psychosexual maniac, a lethal game of cat and mouse. I know if that guy showed up at my door, I wouldn't be saying, "Are you here to sell me some life insurance?" He's up to no good, Lester. I'm not going to read this one because it takes forever, but we'll read this one. Guys, redlined, fear the rush, okay? If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Get ready for an action-packed turbocharged ride through the city's street racing underworld when 2 gangs battle it out in a major war on wheels. This is a town where only the fast survive, and the new breed of transportation is the all-wheel drive 2-liter rocket ship from the land of the rising sun. So buckle up and gear down for the ultimate turf war. I know none of these people. 2002, an hour and 27 minutes. I must go back to Tracy Lords' Laser Moon and let you know that it's 90 minutes from 1992. I give the years, and I give the description on ones that aren't very long and I'm actually interested in. 967 Evil.
Struggling.
Robert Englund, he's the director. He dials up a contemporary gothic tale of high-tech horror in 976 Evil. High school underdog Hoax Wilmoth fills up the idle hours in his seedy little hometown, fending off the local leather-jacketed thugs, avoiding his overbearing religious fanatic mother, and dreaming of a date with trailer park temptress Susie. But his quietly desperate life takes a terrifying turn when his cousin Spike introduces him to an unusual new hobby, phoning in for his horoscope. Horror-scope. You got the play on words, Lester. I don't need to tell you what it means. Because instead of the slightly kinky astrological prediction he's expecting, Hoax is hooked up with a compellingly hideous demonic force that slowly begins to overtake his entire life. Now there's more than just a phone bill to pay for anyone and everyone who ever dared cross the neighborhood nerd. Color, 1989, 105 minutes. Let's go with Slipping into Darkness on Genesis Home Video. Did I pay 99 cents for it? You better believe I did. It's also known as Crazed, if the friends care. We're gonna read it. Now, you know, I've told them before, Lester, but I have to reiterate. When there's no photos of the film on the box art, it is a gripping cinematic masterpiece, the likes of which no one can compare to, and it was probably shot on a home video camera. Let us begin. A physiological thriller about a man who is slowly losing his grip on reality and becoming a crazed maniac with only one purpose in life: death and destruction of all those who cross his path. 1987, 89 minutes, 86 minutes. That was the cassettes. It's time for the Davids. Android Insurrection. It's the 23rd century, and advancements in science have led to the creation of an indestructible killing machine. It is up to the soldiers living in an alien-infested planet to battle these androids who have become self-aware and seek to destroy all of humanity. I don't need to tell you it's sealed, but I will. Sylvester Stallone, Death Race 2000. You guys know about it. Roger Corman. And this is one of those where everybody has the rights to the movie and everybody just releases it with their own box art. And it's just, you know, it's Stallone in the early days. I don't need, because we have to read this one. And I don't need to tell you that if you just read the top of this and you're out and about, Lester, looking for the movies that will tug at the heartstrings, guys, you've heard that before, that will grab your attention and never let go, you would just need to read the top of this and know instantly, I must purchase this. Anna Nicole Smith and Joni Lauer, otherwise known as China. I probably butchered her name. Joni Lauer. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's illegal aliens. They're here to save the world? Question mark. And that is not Alanis Morissette, although it looks a hell of a lot like her. You thought they were from another planet, you were right. Charlie's Angels goes sci-fi with a touch of Men in Black thrown in for good measure. When three aliens morph into super hot babes and arrive to protect the Earth from the intergalactic forces of evil, guided by Syntax, their holographic mentor, these illegal aliens are willing to use every trick in the book and every sexy outfit in their wardrobe to accomplish their mission. Guys, it's 2007, and I need to tell you that this goes for, I'm not sure. It doesn't say. Perhaps if it said, you wouldn't want to buy it. I doubt it breaks an hour and a half. Guys, I'm gonna tell you how much I paid for this. $4.99. Guys, it's puffin stuff, okay? Sid and Marty Krofft, you know what time it is. Land of the Lost. You guys know. This was after the TV show, and I was doing some research prior to hitting record because I wasn't sure if this was perhaps a pilot episode, as sometimes they are. The movies are sometimes the pilot episode. Lester, you know. But this came after the show to recoup some of the money that went into the show. Show was not a hit. Okay? Guys, wow, we're already on number 5. And let us go with Infested, Invasion of the Killer Bugs. They're swarming and they're hungry. A funeral for one becomes a death trap for many when 5 old friends, I almost said 5-year-old friends, when 5 old friends are held hostage at a remote summer home infested with killer flies. Guys, they're flies. Lester, they're not bees or hornets, or they're flies. A tragic death brings the old gang back to their hometown and they decide to spend the weekend at the vacation getaway from their childhood. What they don't know is that the home is host to a strain of mutant flies that feed on human flesh. One by one, the flies claim their victims, inhabiting their bodies and laying more of the deadly creature's eggs, and no one is getting out alive. It's 2002, and this goes for 84 minutes. I enjoyed that, Lester. Did you? They did. Guys, did you? I don't need to ask. They did, Lester. Just stop. That was 5 cassettes and 5 Davids. They're going to go up over there for the remaining filming of the program.
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 235 pounds, Jacques Rougeau.
Lester, as much as she has become a part of the friends' lives, I know she's been a part of yours, a big part. She is your life. And as much as she's become an extremely large part of my life, she still needs to tell them. She still needs to tell them. You don't know me by now? You don't know my name, okay? She doesn't need to sign into the council meetings if she's there on the regular. And judging by the video footage I have, she's not there on the regular because there'd be far more footage that I have. Getting to the point, pushing forward. She doesn't need to sign in. They know her name. God almighty, she's gonna tell them. They know where she lives, Lester. The council members have been to your home, okay? And let's make a note at the end. Is she dropping hints that she's been to Westdale Mall, that we've talked about on the program, that the friends know about, that the romantic date at the laundromat occurred at? That we might possibly be interviewing the proprietors of each store in the mall? Lester, I'm getting the urge to do it, okay? I know someone on the board. That means I know some guy that has a store there that sells video games. Are we gonna shout him out now? Warp Zone Gaming and family, the whole gang works there. The dog's there sometime. It's a lovely family. If you're in the area, check them out. Guys, it's time for Cheryl. Really loud today, Lester. Not that I'm ever not loud, right? That didn't work.
You have no idea who knows me. I'm not the rancher. I got marbles here. I have 2 boobs, not 6. Do you know you have scratchy toilet paper? Now I'm not gonna even sign this because you know who I am. And every single one of you know where I live. You, young lady, you definitely know where I live. All of you. Carl, you've been to my house. You've been inside my yard. You know where I live? So you know what? I'm not that far from Westo, am I?
Friends, as you can imagine, myself and living legend John Riddell have been a little busy lately with... It's a tender moment in the program, and I'm hacking up a lung. Getting back to where I was, as you know, it's been a busy time for John Riddell and I, going to certain banks and lawyers and settling my mom's estate, basically making sure everything heads to Johnny because that's what the will said. So we've been at the lawyer and we've been at the point of the matter is here, as you know, being busy with John Riddell, living legend, out and about, lawyers and banks and government and provincial things, there's not much time to go thrifting. I do like this shirt, and you know why I like it? You guys know. Look at the tight collar. Is this $5 at Dollarama? And if I wasn't wearing an undershirt, you could see my nipples? Yes! I didn't go to a lot of thrift stores, so it's poultry, Lester. It's poultry. Okay? And also, I found something. First time I found something in the thrift store pickups. Guys, thrift store pickups. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit? John Dote Hit. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit. John Dote. To the left, ladies and germs. CDs, Snooze Going Mobile. Had never heard of this band group, whatever they are, 2001. On the YouTube in the thrift store, took a listen and said, yeah. Now, let's get to this. And I'm going to build the anticipation as I peel off the price tag, and really shouldn't. But there was a 5-disc release by Laser Light Digital, who I commented on earlier, and the only thing I knew about them was they made like a 10-hour audio documentary on the Beatles that I bought from the flea market years ago. Well, hark! I'm remembering now as I look at it in front of my face, I should have mentioned that they released a 5-disc compilation of songs from the Wonder Years, and also little interludes for the music from the Wonder Years. If I put a sample up, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anywho, getting to the point that nobody cares about. There's 5 in the series, and I ran into 4 of them at a thrift store. I'm hoping that this is the 5th one that I need. I was supposed to look at my CDs and let you know that this is either not one of the ones I need, or this is the 5th one completing the set. You're gonna have to stay tuned. Perhaps in next week's episode, I will let you know. Lester, make a note and remind me. They need to know, is this a double, or does this complete the 5-disc set? Soda Fountain Favorites Early Rock and Roll Jukebox. I know what you're thinking, Lester, as well as the friends. You're gonna see Fozzie and you're gonna hear the Price is Right losing horn, or now the new addition, the Joe Namath struggling. But prior to purchasing, I made sure who released it? Sony. So there's a very, 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 very 5 times, I think, good chance that it's the original recordings, and there's 17 tracks, okay? And it's the oldies. This CD case is abysmal, but I had this cassette when I was a kid, and as I'm playing with the price, I'm starting to think I already have this on CD, and I've already told you that I bought it on CD because I had the cassette. Those who have watched all 58 episodes will let me know in the comments. They won't, Lester. Had it as a cassette when I was a kid, buying it as a CD now, and perhaps I already, whoa, yabba dabba doo. I should have taken a gander. I don't usually, and perhaps I should have. Guys, we're gonna report back on that one. Not that you care. Okay, now, at the Oakville Public Library, and I don't like to do the Blu-rays because, as you know, they put 8 million stickers. And for those playing along at home, this isn't even the cover for the movie. It's a color photocopy, and they've added Oakville Library up there. But it was make a donation in the little box, and you can take whatever you want. So we got Batman: The Return of the Caped Crusaders animated feature film that came out a few years ago, 2016, a few years ago now, 10. Wouldn't have said 10, Lester, because we had this at the video store, but 10 years ago. Again, Adam West and Burt Ward, they're in there. It's the original voices. And Wonder Park. It's an animated thing about an amusement park, and it's... I wanted the Caped Crusader, and you're donating, so you want to get maximum money. With that there, I also got 2 Heathcliff books. Heathcliff Outtakes and Heathcliff Triple Threat. I probably have 3 of each of the Heathcliff books, but, you know, when you're throwing $1 into the donation thing, you really want to get 4 things so they're only $0.25 each. Am I making sense? We're going to finish with the stuff that I found. From the Salvation Army, is it the Dick Van Dyke Show complete on Blu-ray for $4.99? All discs included? Yes. Have I ever watched an episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show? The answer is no, Lester.
What? No way.
But now I have the Blu-ray collection, and I probably won't watch it. Eventually. Eventually I will. This is the Goonies Special Edition with, really, I just bought it for the board game because, as you can see, it doesn't even have the movie in it. But luckily, I have this on DVD and Blu-ray, so we're going to put the DVD that comes with this in there, and now you have the board game, and there's, you know, storyboard photos. We can get into it if you want, guys, you know. Okay, pretty cool. What else does this bad boy come with? Because I really don't care about the DVD feature, the DVD movie, because I have the Blu-ray, but if you want the board game, you might as well throw, you know what I'm saying. This is the Steven Spielberg Presents Empire 20th Anniversary Edition, guest edited by Steven Spielberg, and it's got a bunch of stuff about the Goonies, okay? It's a reprint, and then this was the official collector's edition souvenir magazine that came out back in the day, and they've just reprinted it. Board game is right here. I won't get into it, but the board game is in there and all the pieces. So, again, maybe too long on this. Grab the DVD from the shelf, put it in there so that's complete. And then if you ever want to watch the movie, of course you use the Blu-ray. Can I get it back in here? That's what she said! Lester, I've never done that before. That's the first ever That's What She Said joke on the program.
You are correct, sir. Yes!
One VHS, but goddamn it, it's a good one. Dr. Michael Fox Animal Series Professional Advice for a Happier, Healthier, Loving Cat. They came to Michael and they said, we're going to release the VHS. We've got a lovely cover, but the people need to know who is presenting this video feature. I'm looking a lot at Lester today. You need to know who is the man behind making your cat a happier, healthier, loving cat. You need to know what Dr. Michael Fox, not Jay, what Dr. Michael Fox looks like. And they said, hey, Mike, can you shoot us over a photo that we can put on the back cover? Guys, you know where this is going. Lester, I mean. Guys are right here, and I've got to start looking at you guys. There's too much talk over at Lester. It was the start where he wants to get his voice in, and I feel I have to keep him at bay and keep him happy. But it's you guys that I have to keep happy. Clearly, Lester, I've turned the purpose of the show over here when the happiness should be focused over here. Getting to my point, pushing forward. You have to build anticipation because they already know the photo is going to look mint. You guys know. Let's get to it. Michael Fox. Is that close enough? Okay, if he was a wrestler, you could see the gig marks. For non-wrestling fans, I just talked a bunch of gibberish. Dr. Michael Fox. I'm going to have to read the back. After the anticipation building, the saliva went down, but I caught it, to the photo. Dr. Michael Fox is America's foremost authority on pets and pet care. He has written over 30 books, most of them on animal care and behavior. Well, if he's the master at pet care, I would hope that the 30 books are about animal care, but apparently some of them are not. Perhaps it's fiction of a young boy who dreams of playing in the big leagues, but is shot down by drug addiction. I don't know. I drifted, Lester. Dr. Fox writes a very popular animal care column that is syndicated to newspapers by United Feature Syndicate. He also writes an animal care column for McCall's magazine. In this tape, he shares with viewers of all ages secrets to owning a healthy, happy, loving cat. What will you learn about in this tape, guys? In this tape, you'll learn about adopting a cat or kitten, why it's better to have more than one cat, the trip to the vet, vaccination, and getting rid of fleas, how to recognize signs of illness, body language, what is your cat trying to tell you? Okay? Lester, do you have a cat? I didn't think so. You have your hands full with, we already know, how to introduce your cat to other pets. Perhaps you have an iguana or an emu that you need to introduce Buttons to. Buttons is the name of the cat, Lester. Get with it. Why your cat might become unhousebroken as it gets older. Perhaps it's urinating on potted plants. When the senior age creeps in. I'm at 10 minutes. I got 5 things and we're going into this cat thing. The importance of having your cat neutered. If you didn't learn from Bob Barker, now Drew Carey, he'll tell you why it's a good thing. Psychic cats. I almost want to stop production, put in the videotape now, and learn about psychic cats. Guys, I'm not lying. I will continue. The Evening Crazies. He hits us with psychic cats, and right underneath it, the Evening Crazies, okay? A Cat's 9 Lives, How a Cat Heals Itself, and Grooming Your Cat. Special feature to end it off, massaging your cats. Lester, I'm getting a little amped. I've spent a considerable amount of time on Michael Fox, and if you haven't already, if I must cue you, as sometimes I don't, but perhaps now I do.
You can feel it. I can feel the power. Yes. Yes.
That means throw it up. May I continue? Also available in this series, professional advice for a happier, healthier dog. You know, the keen eye will be looking out for that one, guys, at the thrift store. It's over 11 minutes, far too long for what I've bought, but let's get into the stuff that I found. As you know, John Riddell and I are cleaning out the house as Mom had several items that she obtained throughout the years. And if you need 36 going on 37 garbage bags filled with clothes, give me a ring-a-ding-ding. We're dropping them off, and in Canada, especially Ontario, I can't speak for the rest of the country, for I haven't viewed it in my vehicle or airplane yet. We have donation drop boxes in the parking lot. So, you know what I mean? And sometimes you see the homeless getting stuck in them. One guy died in Toronto. I'll pause. I didn't mean to hit you with it. If you could hear him, there was a bit of a gasp. And stuff that doesn't fit in their little thing gets dumped, and there's all this stuff around. Now, you see the family of 5 with the minivan just chucking stuff in the back of it and absconding with the donations. Now, when you go there and it strictly says on the side of it, clothing only, Lester and friends, I'm doing them a favor, because NBA Live 16 on the PS4, you like that move, as well as FIFA 20 on the PS4 are clearly not clothing items. They've been dumped there illegally by someone else, not me. So I'm taking them away so not only it does not agitate the person running the donation bin, but perhaps does not bring dumping charges to the person and or persons who dropped off NBA Live 16 and FIFA 20. It's not stealing, Lester. It's saving lives. Guys, that was going on 14 minutes of thrift store pickups. I hope you enjoyed.
From Leeds, England, weighing 240 pounds, Davy Boy Smith.
Lester, I'm not paying attention to how the shirt is prior to hitting record. I feel it should be set before I hit the button. Yes, I've already hit the button now. Okay. Friends, we touched on it last week, where the local studio that films the news is an open forum and an environment for those with disopposing views. I don't even know if that's a word, Lester, but we're using it. They have polar opposite views on the subject of the day, and they are brought forth into the studios and sat quite near each other for a verbal tete-a-tete. I failed French, but I was able to drop that little gem. It's time for this week's hard-hitting news, and I think you know where I'm going with it.
Done something that is very good.
He was murdered,
but now he's dead.
Reach out to the man who died.
To the man.
Your mama, she's for free and everybody knows it.
रविवार की शाम का वक्त था जब राधे मां को लेकर चल रही बहस के दौरान ही ओम जी और दीपा शर्मा में हाथापाई शुरू हो गई।
अरे तू क्या मारेगी? तू क्या मारेगी मुझे? अरे तू क्या मारेगी?
Friends, as stated in a previous segment, John and I have been very busy crossing T's, dotting I's, and going all around Mississauga to banks and lawyers and provincial offices and Canadian governmental offices. I have a clip that we're going to show somewhere in the show. We're going to get to it. But also going on with John and I and the dog is going about town to still do our daily things that we need to do. Not what I meant to say. We're cleaning up the house and we have to go out. We're very close, Lester, but I can do it. We're going out to get cleaners and garbage bags for donations, and we had to go to the Home Depot, and you know what happens when John Riddell, Colin Riddell, and Pixie Riddell go to Home Depot. Colin films it. And it's a joy for you and your loved ones. Friends, it's time for John Riddell. We're keeping it, Lester. Living legend.
How much is in butter? How much is in butter? How much is in butter?
Friends, Colin from Canada here. Ooh, should have been wearing a hat. You know who's in the background? That's the legend and the other legend, Pixie and Johnny. We're at the Home Depot. What are we looking for? Mold spray. Hang tight. Friends. Oh, Johnny's saying something. What's that?
I thought it would be here with the cleaners, but it isn't.
Okay. That was John and his opinion on where they should stock the WD-40. Did I mention we found the mold and mildew stain remover from Moldex? Because we did. I've got to raise it up.
You raise me up.
If you raise it up,
You raise me up.
we look better.
Well, thank you
See,
very much.
see, and then if we go like
Hi,
this,
folks.
look how big our heads are that way, and then if you go like that, look at that.
Yeah.
That's the tricks.
Yeah.
Okay, WD-40, guys, we're looking for it. Friends, Colin from Canada, entering aisle 20. We've been told by some random guy that the WD-40, oh, we found it, is in aisle 20. And the whole reason for getting the WD-40 is to get a new stick. So Dad wanted to get the little one so he could get a new stick. And look at that.
It doesn't have a stick.
Did you hear what Johnny said? It doesn't have a stick. So now we're going to have to look at the wider selection and perhaps buy a larger medley, which would be the 1098 one, guys. For those playing along at home, the next one up is 1098. The friends are enthralled with this, John. Is it removable? No, I cannot, sir. Ooh, or is it stuck on there? Okay.
So good.
Okay, he's happy with the reconstruction of the WD-40. And let's show the friends. It's actually attached and looks like somewhat of a 1950s space gun. Again, you got to raise it up.
You raise me up.
Dad, remember I told you, I'm not listening to my own advice. Right?
Okay, now how do you put it down? Oh,
John and I, no, John's figured it out. What is it?
Just push that down like that.
Oh, guys, we got it.
Okay, all done.
WD-40, guys, we're out of here.
Okay.
Let's get a shot of the dog. Pixie, do you want to be in the shot? Hey-oh. Hello, friends. It is the time. It is the place. It's the moment in the journey that you take with me weekly, where myself and that man over there, who you still can't hear, put together 5 photos from my camera roll. And you will laugh hysterically and sometimes not so hysterically. It's a bit of a twist this week as it's not a new segment, it's just a twist of an oldie but a goodie. A twist of let's go through my camera roll, because I find myself on Instagram at certain points in the day, usually at night, because my girlfriend is on there far more than I am. And she is sending me clips that I have to watch because they're funny. And then I drift over and start looking at other stuff, and I'm amazed at what this world is and always question myself, was the world always this stupid and the internet just exposed it? Or are people getting dumber? I don't know, Lester. I haven't come to the conclusion, but you know I am all about helping and I'm all about teaching. You guys are learning and I'm helping you learn. I connected it, Lester. The helping them learn, okay? And it's no different to the comment section on these Instagram accounts. I'm there to help. And I'm there to have them learn. When they're also Facebook. I've been creeping back onto Facebook and reading all the exciting things that are occurring on Facebook. And I'm helping those people as well. You're going to understand once we throw to it. This is just the intro. Guys, it's not only photos, it's photos of my help through teaching. And those that live in the internet are learning. Guys, you're in the internet, but you're smart. I'm helping to teach those. You'll see. Lester, they'll see. You know, and I know what's going to happen. They'll see. Guys, it's time to let's go through my camera roll. Whew, that didn't come together nicely, did it? Dry cleaning movies, mushrooms on toast. Just a couple of horses' asses. Electric pressure cooker, urinating. Passion fruit chest cake, Charles Barkley. Friends, is that tilted? Welcome, friends, to Let's Go Through My Camera Roll with a twist, where I am here to help those on the interwebs in the social media area of the internet. For this to work, I gotta turn over here, but you'll see everything over here, guys. First off, this is, what the hell, let's say the guy's name. He needs help and I'm helping him. It's Jason Bowen. Is with Jay's Computers Source and 5 others. Damn, I get off the bus to go to the Royal Bank, then I got a message from one of the guys on the marketplace. I took the message, he's at the Dollarama at Ottawa, right beside the Royal Bank. Basically, well, he's not, oh my God, time. I get these last 2 days going here, going there, and waiting for absolutely no reason, upside down happy face. All this trying to get my e-bikes back up and running, and I'm getting all this running around BS, got my head sliding right back in a spot. I don't need to be, and with the ex getting herself in a situation with that monster Cole Lewis McDougal, I can't make this S up. I'm not even going to go there. I did buy more chocolate bars that I didn't need. Cryy face. My back heading towards downtown, I got to meet up with a buddy and his daughter. Okay, this guy's clearly in need of some guidance. That's where Colin from Canada steps in. I reply, if this diatribe is anywhere near screenplay ready, you shouldn't post it on social media. The idea could be stolen. Have you copywritten this idea? All the best, Colin from Canada. Yes, that, Colin from Canada. Okay, you guys know where I'm going. I'm helping. Okay, let's go to the next one, guys. This is Amanda Morrison. Has anyone dealt with this guy? Okay, do you know roughly how much the utilities are monthly? Yeah, all utilities are included, and also this is a single house. Oh, nice. Okay, let me get back to you. I misunderstood. Okay, let me know if you're interested in my property and ready to apply. The house is available for move-in. Okay? Then I wrote back to help her. Your messages are in blue, his are in gray. Helping. Let's go to number 3. Seal on tour. He's got a funny face. He doesn't look too sad, although he's in a bit of a predicament. Let me get into it. I've been stuck in Dubai since yesterday. I was only flying through when all planes were grounded due to the conflicts in the region. I don't know how long I'll be here. The man's in a foreign country, a foreign land with a foreign language, and he's lost. He doesn't know where to turn. He needs answers, and that's where I come in. Let's see what I said to him. You will be there until you are able to board a plane. Hope this helps. Colin from Canada. Yes, that, Colin from Canada. Now, photo number 4 is not only a picture, but it's a video clip as well. On Instagram, you have artists honing their craft, looking for a following, building an audience, much like the millions that I have built here with Lester, okay? This is a hip-hop artist by the name of Zalchemist the Creator. If he is meaning chemist, he spelt chemist wrong. If he's mushing the two words together, because Zalchemist is, you guys know. First, let's go to the video clip. Lester will roll that now.
Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Well, maybe I am. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Pick up that phone when they gotta be.
Okay, it's getting into you, okay? All right? So now, I know how to grow millions. I'm just bestowing my knowledge on Zalchemist, the creator, okay? Read along, guys, it's up there. The depth of this man's lyrics floors me. He responds with, "You ever heard of a hook?" Also, lyrics can only go as deep as the listener's mind can explore. If you can't relate to being labeled crazy, then this song just isn't for you. And then I wrote back, "Perhaps I'm crazy, crazy." And he responded, "We are all a bit crazy in our own ways." See, we're building a bond, okay? And he will gradually look to me to guide his career into the stratosphere, okay? Enough of the helping the people, and let's finish it off with a beauty. Photo number 5. We are in the bank, closing bank accounts and moving money around, and John has to put on his good clothes, okay? The good running shoes, the clean jeans, the lovely sweater, and if you look closely, the dress shirt under the sweater. I gave him a haircut, he's looking sharp, clean shaven, I believe, and the hat on top. 83, more like 53. Guys, that was Let's Go Through My Camera Roll with a remix. I'm liking this, and as I help, and as they learn, you will laugh.
From Sweetwater, Texas, weighing 240 pounds, Barry Windham.
He's a good man, Lester. He's a damn good man. He's looking out for the senior citizen old ladies, okay? We talked about it last week, okay? And Ray has a little bit more information about the drainage ditch. A certain senior citizen old lady's house got flooded. I hate to spoiler alert, ruin the clip, Lester, but perhaps this type of news can't just be sprung on them. The good deeds that your brother-in-law puts forth at the council meetings cannot just be thrown upon the friends. The emotions, Lester, the emotions. Guys, I've warned you. Not all heroes wear capes. It's time for Ray.
Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city.
Where's Phelps? Is that Pinebrook?
Okay, let's make sure that we get a letter down to George Parker and see that he addresses that issue.
Now, there's a senior citizen old lady who lives there, and her basement flooded it. I think it's ridiculous. That should have been fixed.
Light the fire, dim the lights, get cozy, make sure the loved ones are surrounded, because Lester, it's once again time for the unofficial, I haven't coined it yet, Colin.
Struggling.
That's not, it's Colin from Canada's Story Time. We all have a dash cam on our expensive vehicles that we drive around the town that we live in, okay? And I don't know if anyone has ever taken out the memory card and put it in the computer and transferred the files over. Now, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is my dash cam and not yours, but tell me, all those in the room, if you can relate to the story that I'm about to put forth for you. When I put the files in my computer, once they are on the hard drive, they are damn near impossible to move into any other file folder without it slowing to a grinding halt. Any other file? Zoom, 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 zoom. The driving files from the dash cam, Lester, they go nowhere. I can't remember, Lester, I cannot remember if I said it, and I'm thinking about it now. I really can't remember because this is day 2 of filming and I haven't even told them that, but it's okay. Can we throw it up again? Are we gonna go for 2 if we haven't gone for 1? Lester, I tell you now, if you haven't already, now is the time. But if you have, again, please. The dash cam files just, okay, so last week I had chosen the ones that I was going to use and I labeled them as such. I was moving one of them, that was the best one, Lester. You were there in the lab. It was the best one. It was the one where I was going the most berserk. It was the best. And it was moving but not moving. And you get impatient. And you get impatient, so you stop it, you cancel it, and then it's not canceling, and then you just shut down the computer, and then you open up the computer, and as if the magic stylings of a young Doug Henning were graced upon my Aspire 5 notebook that I found in a donation parking lot and had fixed for $120, the file disappeared. Doug Henning, where have you put my file? That's what, I wasn't asking myself that. That was strictly for the friends. But it was gone. And the driving with Colin that you saw last week was not even, it was okay, but the good one wasn't there. So what I'm getting around to after 3 minutes, I found the file, and I hope after this 3-minute, dare I say promo, I know you didn't throw it up, Lester, but that was quite a promo, I hope you enjoy. Guys, it's time for Driving with Colin. Probably just 1 clip, but I'm really glad I found it, because eventually I found it. I can't remember if I said that, Lester.
On the special sauce, sesame seed bun.
I rock the mic and make the crowd say ho. People, if you ready to rhyme, then let's go. The older the wine, the more vintage. Each sentence mature like stock drop on beat. Soul in his eye is peak, the Black Panther. Calling for the answer, the shadow dancer. No cure for the cancer. Yeah! Coach this particular coach. Tension in the street, we stress them wanna eat. Supply, meet to the bed, don't just get high. Slide in the family. Call my name and stone beats to Angie. Own and own. Cheap J Strong, party for long. State today's math and what your name on. The abbot had his head reflected.
From Tampa, Florida, weighing 235 pounds, B. Brian Blair.
Friends, in a moment of reflection while I'm alone with my thoughts and myself, I've asked myself this question on many occasions. That's right, Lester, many occasions. What makes comedy relatable? It's a fair question, Lester. And after minutes, and really just minutes, I came to the conclusion that what makes comedy relatable is sharing something with an audience that I believe only they thought they thought. I know what I'm trying to say, Lester. This is what happens when you just hit record and like, oh, I thought I was the only one that thought that. That's what I'm getting at. when you can dig deep and hit them with one of those, then they're like, oh, yeah, he thinks the same way as me. And then if all of them, then you have them, Lester. I'm not too sure if this is making any sense, but this is how I'm going to steer the bus into this week's clip of the week. Can you guys guess what segment is coming up next? I've been dropping hints. So, what was I getting to, Lester? Yes, that's right. There are moments where I hit record, and I've said this countless times. This is a prime example because I'm literally rambling. Oh, I was born a rambling man. I think that's the Allman Brothers. I don't know what I'm going to say. Here's what it is. When the cameras are on you and you don't know, this has nothing to do with how I started this. When the cameras are on you and you are about to be posed a question, you have to be ready. Much like freestyling rap off the dome, dropping bars like a weightlifter, changing your mind like a shapeshifter. That's just off the top of the dome, Lester, okay? You gotta be ready, okay? So when you're in a beauty pageant and you're from Venezuela, you have to be ready for any question. And not my condolences, my heart goes out to this young lady because I think without question, Lester, she was ready and she gave a thought-provoking as well as probing response to Diego's question. Let's take a look, guys. It's this week's clip of the week. Lester, I drifted, and I'm surprised you didn't call the Coast Guard.
When things aren't going my way,
I'm thinking pasta.
2,500.
Here's the VHS collection.
Your Construction Safety Association.
Judge number 1, Diego Boneta. Your question, please, Diego, for Miss Venezuela.
If you could make a new law, what would it be and explain why?
I think that any laws that are in Constitution or in life are already made. I think that we should have a straight way to go in our similar or in our life as it is. For example, I am a surfer, and I think that the best way that I can take is the wave that I wait for it. So please do our only law that we can do. Thank you, Vegas.
Friends, this is the blank canvas. That's what we're going to call it from now on. We're not going to call it the introduction to the Gorilla Mon... Lester, I haven't mentioned it yet, but the fact that I'm adjusting the shirt, moving the shirt, playing with the shirt, it could be construed as fiddling. Okay, we're not gonna, well, it is the introduction to the Gorilla Monsoon quote of the week, but it's also the open canvas because I have run out of things to say during this portion of the segment. I will say this. My earlier prediction about Buffalo winning the Stanley Cup and San Jose Sharks winning the Stanley Cup, Buffalo's looking pretty good now, isn't it, guys? We're not going to talk about the Sharks. They're not eliminated just yet, but they need a miracle, Lester. So, no gambling talk, no talk of Gorilla Monsoon, just a quick little story about a particular visit that John and I had to H&R Block regarding the taxes. He is filing for himself and my mom, and we contacted H&R Block to let them know that Mom had passed away, and they were specifically clear that we need to meet with Raj, okay? So when we went into Raj, he realized that Mom didn't die last year, she died this year, so it has no effect on her taxes from last year. So we could have gone to anyone, guys, okay? Also, usually, Dad notes anything that they need to know for both him and Mom, and he drops them off. We say, see you later. They call us in a week, we come back, and we pick it up, right? That's how it usually goes. But while we were chatting with Raj, he decided to do the taxes right then and there. You know where this is going, Lester. So John Riddell and I were literally sitting there twiddling our thumbs while Raj chicken scratched. What is it when you're, when you're typing, but it's not, what is this, a home row? I believe that is what I learned in grade 10 typing class with Mr. Scoff. I got a sub-story. Remind me at the end of the program. I'm going to make a note of that, okay? Getting back to the topic. Raj is doing our taxes while Dad and I are just sitting there. And let me tell you something. Not only are his hands not on home row, he is pounding the keyboard. And what are you saying to yourselves at home? Colin, I just need audio. No. We got video footage as well. Not of Raj, because as you know, I would have had to turn the camera so he would have watched me filming. It's a video, not a picture of the double chin while you hear Raj hitting the keyboard. We're gonna throw to it now. Guys, it's time for this week's Gorilla Monsoon quote of the week. Remind me to tell that story at the end, Lester.
Did you see that? Couldn't see it from our vantage point. Will you stop? All kinds of pandemonium broken loose here.
The accolades he so richly deserves.
From Harlem, New York, weighing 271 pounds, Bad News Brown.
10 votes, my friends. 10 votes. Results forthcoming. Bumper now. Delta Force Pizza. Delta Force Pizza. Friends, results. 10 votes, as I mentioned 2 seconds ago. 7 votes to 3. And I need to present the championship gold to the reigning champion, the Swedish chef. There he is, okay? He has retained the gold. I don't mean to avert your eyes, friends. I'm going to put that over there because it is blinding. Because it is time to knock the camera and to let you know we have a new challenger this week. Lester, I made myself a little chuckle there. It is another member of the Electric Mayhem Band. He plays the trumpet, and his name is Lips. Okay, guys, we're going to start on the front, let you know what it comes with. Lips with 2 Java Muppets, trumpet, lava lamps, record sleeve, lunchbox, and figure bass, okay? His name is Lips. His job, trumpet player for the Electric Mayhem. Special talents, puckering, blowing. Likes, Dizzy Gillespie records. Dislikes, tarnished brass, clogged spit valves. If I am not mistaken, were these not the characters in the Do we throw up the video clip? And either prove me right or prove me wrong? Lester, we can do it. Okay, so I was either right or I was either wrong, guys. It's Lips. You guys know him. He is your challenger to the title from that man over there. He has to be, if you combined his winning streak with his play set, Lester, it surpasses Bruno Sammartino's run. Ow. Okay. Guys, that was this week's show and tell. There's not much more to say. Vote now. Hit 20 votes and knock me over. Also, Lester, did I mention we gained a subscriber this week? We're at 118. Oh! Next stop, Mr. Beast. Guys, I joke. But who's more entertaining? Oh, I'm serious with that one, Lester. That was this week's show and tell. Hope you enjoyed.
From Princeton, Minnesota, weighing 234 pounds, Bob Backlund.
Friends Limited. Limited once again. I don't know. Perhaps it's the late night time constraints where I'm looking to be perfect on each take. Lester, I know and I appreciate it. Lester feels I'm perfect on every take. And argument could be had for that side of the coin, but I do screw up on occasion. That's the other side of the coin. How many times has that side of the coin come face up with the blooper aspect of the coin? Who knows? We're gonna find out now, Lester. That's really a great example of I really don't know what I'm gonna say until it comes to me. Guys, it's time for the bloopers. What am I doing? Gotta stop saying, What can I tell you? Try again, son. What am I deep in thought up in here? That's here nor there. You are actually laughing. Friends, welcome to the nope, that's the ear. Labeled crazy, then this song just isn't the listener's mind can imagine. Sorry. Cut. Print. You ever heard of beep, beep, beep. Friends, rarely in this world will you find brains and beauty put together as one. In this, no, I don't, yeah. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but you'll understand what I mean. Like if I told you that Lester, I do. And the answer that came to me is, it has to be something that Jiminy Cricket. Lester? No. One of the jots. What are...
From Tampa, Florida, weighing 252 pounds.
Friends, perhaps stars in your eyes, but not mine. Celebrities in your heart are friends in my mind. Not only business associates, but friends. I do not need to regale you with the long laundry list that man over there has created, connected, them with I, them with us. Celebs, superstars, stars become business associates first, friends second. Business dealings cease to exist, lifelong friends. I've already said it, I'm not going to regale you with the ongoing list. I will merely tell you that last week's sponsor, I need to say it, Christopher Hewitt, perhaps it's not ringing a bell with them, Lester, okay? Do I have to say Lynn Belvedere? Do I? Because that's someone who took me under his wing, injured the clavicle. I don't need to mention it. They're asking, what did we do? Lester, perhaps I should let you tell them. I'm sorry, I had to. At the start, it's a callback. You know this. Start of the episode, you gotta sprinkle it in throughout. Okay? Now, I'm not sure if you realize this, but Christopher Hewitt, Lynn Belvedere, has quite an appetite. Okay? And you need to wine and dine, because they're not friends yet. They're not business associates yet. they're still celebrities. Lester, you know, he's mastered it. I'm gonna have to tell you, not him. You have to wine and dine them. Now, you can't find Arby's in every corner of the city I live in, Mississauga. You gotta go a little over here. It's a bit of a trek. Burlington, Ontario, to the Arby's we went. I won't divulge what he ordered. It was a bit of a hefty order. Nevertheless, we enjoyed ourselves. And that celebrity, I'll say it again, because this is really going too long, became a business associate and now a friend. But we have to part ways, but not for long, because a friend, he lives here. I'm shutting it now. I got it, guys. Guys, it's time for this week's sponsor. A lot of spit there, Lester.
You ever had India food?
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The Empire of Taste. Will you please stop?
Catch it.
Oh, look, an elephant. Oh, no, I was wrong. My turn.
Is there something you'd like to share with me?
You mean how I've been stealing your checkers when you weren't looking?
Colin, the only way to win is to win honestly. Now, there's a saying, cheaters never win and winners never cheat.
Is that a Mipos saying?
No, it's an American saying. On Mipos, we say, winners never cheat and cheaters do 200 push-ups. Hit the floor, Jack.
Friends, we're winding down, and can we get a shot of the imprint that I have put on this handsome devil by wearing the top hat? Oh, Lester, I think we only did it once this episode. We can do it again, because you know what I'm doing. Friends, we're here and we're leaving now though. Hey, goodbye. The story, let's get into the story. Real quick here. Grade 10 typing. I don't think it was called typing. It was, I can't for the life of me get to it, Lester. But it was typing. And it was the start of the semester, the start of the school year. Let's just start the whole thing. No, I can save it. It was the start of the school year, so you get your brand new handbook. And, there's rules and, please treat the other students with respect and yabba dabba do, right? One of the, not rules, but, or mottos, but one of the things they were mentioning in the handbook was cleanliness. You will appear at school in clean clothes and clean self, and you know where I'm going with this, okay? And there was a certain person in the keyboarding class, I just got his name because I couldn't think of it, but I'm not gonna say his name. And another student wanted to see if he could get the other student expelled from the school because of excessive body odor. It's weird the things you remember from high school. I remember both guys' names. I'm not divulging them, Lester, but I will agree with the one guy. The other guy stunk to high heavens. There was zero D.O. for the B.O., as I like to say with my lady friend. Any hoot, it's time for goodbyes. I know everyone's probably asking, Colin, how are you holding up? I gotta say I'm holding up quite well. John and I are taking care of business and working overtime. That's a reference, Lester, that you probably won't get. Belch, incoming. Okay. Everything's going well. The episode is a couple of days late, as you know, and as he knows, and I've looked over there a lot this episode, and I'm cognizant of that. What was I saying, Lester? As I look over here, what was it? I like the episode to come out with every 7 days. I don't like going longer, and if I'm not mistaken, we're going on 9-10 days. So I apologize for that, but there's other pressing matters going on in my life. But I hope to bring you an episode once a week, continuing. May I also mention, I almost didn't, Lester, but Lester, you would have reminded me, I know. We're gonna have a guest co-host for the 60th. Lester, where has the time gone? We're at the 60th already, guys. Have you been enjoying the ride that I've taken you on? I know you have, because I've driven that into your minds like some sort of cult. Okay? I almost commented on a certain cult, but I won't. But if you know the cult I'm thinking of, and you live in America, just look up milk carton, okay? And then maybe the side you're on might go over to the other side. That was really cryptic, Lester, but I think they understand what I'm talking about. They probably don't. Guys, it's time for the goodbyes. I've already blithered on way too much, but thank you for tuning in. I'm holding up quite well. Johnny and I and Pixie and the girlfriend are coexisting together in the palatial Riddell estate. Yes, that's right. You can make a sitcom about my life right now. Myself, my girlfriend have moved in with John Riddell, living legend, and the dog. Guys, it's a hoot. We're having a great old time. I'll do the joke. We're having a gay old time. Wilma. We'll have a gay old time. We're putting this one to bed, but first, we cannot finish an episode without saying the following words. The pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no haggling. The pepperettes seinen steifig $12 ein Aufdinger.
A recognized symbol of excellence since
dramatic comedy.
Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Pardon me, crazy, crazy. Well, maybe I am.